dive into the latest news from Tinseltown, shall we? If you haven't seen it yet, go to Netflix and watch One of Them Days. Now, when I first talked about seeing the trailer for this film, I thought that it didn't look very funny. And I had reported, I'm pretty sure this made number 3 or number 2 in the top 8 rated Poppin shows of 2025 so far. Movies, excuse me. Anyways, SZA and Kekepalmer are returning for a sequel that is in development right now for One of Them Days 2. So that's pretty exciting. I really enjoyed this movie. It is a New Day Friday that's a lot sillier, really funny. It's not just written stuff. You can tell that they had some fun with improv too. A lot more excited specifically for SZA because this is her first acting starring role, at least. I mean, you can say that she does some acting in her music videos, but she was fucking great in this. So a lot of fun, great pair. I'm excited to see what else that they're going to do. Again, check out the first one on Netflix right now and go to Popcorn Poppin' YouTube page to see a more in-depth review of the film. For biopics, Snoop Dogg is having his own with Craig Brewer behind the camera. That's right. There's a new Snoop Dogg biopic in the works. He seems very young to make a biopic, but if you think about it, Snoop Dogg has been around for quite some time. In fact, he's actually, wow, he's 53. Yeah, he seems pretty young for us to be doing a biopic on him, but it's exciting nonetheless with all the accolades that he's accomplished and all of the albums and new versions that we've had of Snoop Dogg, like Snoop Lion, or the time that we thought he was getting sober, but he was really saying no smoke for like some sort of barbecue thing. I can't remember, but there was a big social media thing. Great entertainer, great icon, excellent personality, and an OG from the 90s. So I am excited for the film. I'm sure it'll be really well made, especially if they go the straight out of Compton route and keep people involved, but also show the shortcomings and not just try to highlight them as just a really great person. Show them being not great as well. Show the ups and downs of America's icons. Especially more interested because Craig Brewer is directing. And if you don't remember him, he did films like Black Snake Moan and Hustle and Flow. Excellent director. He also did Dolomite Is My Name. He's a good director. So hopefully that'll be pretty good. I don't think I ever reported this because I just found out for the first time, or I'm having memory loss and I didn't realize that they announced that Star Wars is having a new film called Star Wars Starfighter, which is starring Ryan Gosling. Had no idea. And it's also going to be directed by Sean Levy, who did Night at the Museums, Real Steel, and Deadpool versus Wolverine. He's also done some other films, a lot more family films. He's a great director. He's a lot of fun. Technically, I worked for him when I was an extra in Real Steel. You don't see me, but I was in it. Just believe me, okay? Looking forward to it. I'm more interested in the aspect of what made Ryan Gosling say yes. He better not end up being related to Han Solo, but he could look like someone related to Han Solo. The film is going to be taking place 5 years after the latest in the timeline of Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker. A trailer just dropped for a new Dracula film based on Bram Stoker's Dracula called Luc Besson's Dracula. Luc Besson wrote a lot of great films like the Taken trilogy, but he also wrote and directed The Fifth Element, Leon the Professional, amongst others. But if you check out the trailer for this, lately I don't know if he got sort of canceled. So it's kind of hard to say if this movie's going to be cheap or just low budget. But if you don't know the story of Dracula, go check out Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. It looks exactly the same because they're both based directly on the novel. You do see some special effects with the trailer. It's just, I think it's bad timing from them to make it, especially because we just had Nosferatu. Granted, Nosferatu and Dracula aren't the same person, but they're the same person. So I think you should have waited a little while for this. Tom Cruise broke a Guinness World Record, and I'm sure he must have done this before. The 4-time Oscar nominee set the record for most burning parachute jumps by an individual after jumping out of a helicopter, not 1, not 2, but 16 times with a fuel-soaked chute set ablaze in a stunt for the final installment of the action franchise, aka Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. It was the baddest ass scene of them all. It was crazy. And this wasn't the craziest part, but it did look fucking nuts. Your jaw is dropped for this scene. The rest of the movie, your eyes lids hang low because it was kind of boring. You can check out my review on that by going to the YouTube page. No shade on Tom. You did great. I just didn't love the movie as much as everyone else did, but I'm proud of you nonetheless. Speaking of being proud, I like to make my ma proud. I want to make ma proud so bad that I think I want to make a sequel to Blumhouse's Ma, starring Octavia Spencer. She will be returning for a sequel, Ma. I doubt it's going to be called Ma 2, but maybe. I don't know. The reason I bring this up is me and Roxy had recently talked about this film. I never finished it, but it wasn't like I turned it on and I'm like, this is bad, I'm not going to finish it. It was on Netflix at the time, and I'm not sure where the original one is now. But I was like, yeah, maybe I'll check this out. But when I saw the trailer for it, I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this. I love Octavia Spencer, but some serious and comedic actresses or actors do horror, and it just doesn't seem to fit. Like Billy Crystal had that mini series or regular series that I think they're going for a season 2. And I just don't really want to watch it because I know him as a comedy guy. I'd rather see him in a drama, but see him in a horror, I don't know. I just can't see it. This is more believable. It's not like Monsters. It's about, like, I'm assuming, a crazy mother figure to youngsters. You can rent this movie right now, or if you have Hulu Live, you can check it out the original, but there is a sequel in the works. Also in the works is a new show starring Samuel L. Jackson. That's right, NOLA King, which is going to be in the Tulsa King universe. If you haven't watched Tulsa King before, it's with Sylvester Stallone, written by Taylor Sheridan. It's basically a comedic gangster show with old-ass Sylvester Stallone. It's fun. It's funny, but I'm excited to see Samuel L. Jackson have his own front line, especially in television. Now, I feel like the bigger the star, the more they're going to focus on other surrounding characters. So I'm more interested to find out who else they're casting for this NOLA King, as opposed to just knowing that it's Samuel L. Jackson. I'm going to watch it nonetheless, but the second season of Tulsa King, I still haven't finished because I thought it was kind of meh, but now I will be jumping back in specifically for Samuel L. Jackson's little ring-a-ding-ding-do in, you know, when they introduce him. And finally, in news, there is a Mass Effect TV show in the works. I never played the game, but they're doing a TV show. At least Prime Video is. And it's going to be on Amazon Prime, and they're working with Doug Zhang, who is famous for The Chief of War, which I had never heard of, but he's the showrunner. And they've been writing the project for almost a year, so that's interesting.